Here is the right-wing influencer civil war, which ignited over ring size. We're going to be covering that. I've been excited to talk about that. This is really funny. Finally, some fun. The girlies are fighting. The girlies are angry. The girlies are fighting. It's the Hagalina battle to end all battles. And you might not be surprised to hear this, but a big part of the argument revolves around saying to the other person that they have sexual intercourse with black men. That is, I guess, the ultimate bad thing you can do in these circles, which probably explains exactly how insane these people are. No, straight up. It's not even a joke. They just straightforwardly will be like, well, you the black guy. That's like the epic own. Just straight up neo-Nazi.
Morgan, your baby daddy abandoned you. Yet somehow you think you are better than me or anyone on this app? You gave it up for free, got left in the dust, and now you post rage bait on X to supplement the inadequacy of your monthly child support. You may think this is the craziest it gets, right, Jack? No. Morgan then comes from over the top rope and says, Emily, everything you just said is not true, but then accuses her of this. You got, with the fingers, in the middle.
You got fingered in the middle of a hotel lobby at a TP USA event while everybody watched and there were families around. You brag about having sex with married MAGA dads and doing drugs. You've been completely ran through by both single and married men in the MAGA right.
Of a hotel lobby at a TP USA, which is a Turning Point USA event. That's Charlie Kirk's company. While everyone watched and there were families around, you brag about.
Emily's definitely a grifter. My best friend from high school hangs out with her, shaking my head. I don't understand. Like, there's dudes in the movement. Dude. Of course they're grifters. Every single one of these people are grifters. Of course they're grifters. God forbid a girl has hobbies. Yeah, I mean, no shit. They're awful people. I don't give a that she got fingered to the lobby of a Turning Point USA event. What I care about in that situation is like, why isn't she a normal person who's doing that? You know what I mean? Morgan, your baby daddy abandoned you. You're raising a bastard child. Are you familiar with Brooklyn, New York? And would you ever like to go there if so? That's awesome. Grace is on the hunt.
Having or sleeping with married MAGA dads and doing drugs. You have been completely ran through by both single and married men in the right wing. You call young V's losers and encourage them to have premarital, and you are pro-abortion. If you thought those accusations/allegations were going to stop Emily, wrong.
It's going to be hard to be a trav wife when your man can't afford a ring. How do you guys expect to have a house, land, multiple kids, be for real? I hope y'all enjoy working. Sorry, I'm MIA and I'm in the Hamptons. Emily Saves America says, conservative men need to stop being broke and gaslighting women like we don't deserve diamonds and rings. So you want me to give up my career, my financial independence, push multiple babies out of my body, cook clean, be loyal and loving, feminine wife forever, and y'all can't even afford a nice ring for us? Get the fuck out. Just admit y'all literally don't like women. You know what's funny about this? One, everyone's a liberal, as I've said over and over again. And two, it's over. Her career as a right-wing broadcaster is done after this. Because a big part of the youth movement wing of the MAGA world revolves around hating women. And this is exactly the type of shit that they hate women say. Okay? It's done. This is worse than when Tommy Lauren came out and was like, actually, I think women should be able to get abortions because that's insane. No, it's over for her. 100%. She will be disowned by the anti-woke crowd because this sounds positively woke. By the way, one of the funniest parts about all this is that they use feminism as a pejorative in these conversations. Like, they'll be like, you sound like a feminist, which is so funny. Wow, you sound like a good person who believes women should be equal to men. You idiot.
She likes to fight. She put on X this morning. It's going to be hard to be a tread.
Yeah, you sound like an egalitarian. You. Let's see what her posts are. She's been posting. Just admit you're gay. So men are supposed to drop 2-3 months salary for an engagement ring. What is the equivalent for women? What did they do in return? The funny thing is none of these people are making fun of the ring are actually wealthy. A bunch of broke wannabes trying to flex about ring size, which is of course something that only a broke wannabe would do. Xavier Durasso says the actual white supremacists on this app are so broke. How are you superior wearing a gumball machine engagement ring? Lol. Rob Smith, skull emoji. Sarah Stock says this can't be real. Matt Walsh defends Sarah Stock. So input is coming in from black Republican content creators because both Rob Smith and Xavier Durasso, I think, are like also new wave of like Republican influencers themselves, but they are on the active white supremacist flank of the right. So this is like also taking a different turn here. There is the the regular OG pro-Republican Party conservative commentators. And then there is like Matt Walsh, who's in the middle. He's like a bridge. He is far right. He is alt-right, but he won't like openly say he hates like Jews or whatever because he's, working for the Daily Wire, of course, which is why you'll see a lot of Matt Walsh's responses from his audience that he's cultivated be like, why are you still working with the Jew Ben Shapiro? Why are you still working with the Jew? Why are you still working with Jews? Like over and over again. And Matt Walsh is like, no, guys. Remember when he did that thing where he posted that AI photo of the swastika? He's like, no, you don't understand. Please, I assume he went to have a conversation with Ben Shapiro and he was like, Ben, I have to post the swastika. We're losing all of our Nazis. You're too Jewish. I have to post the swastika. Please don't get mad at me. And Ben was like, of course, I understand that. As long as you're pro-Israel, who cares? I've never cared. The only reason why I cared about Candace Owens being a anti-Semite was because she became anti-Israel. And then Matt Walsh posted that, and then it quieted all the white supremacists for a little bit. And the white supremacists was like, oh, he's with us. Never mind. He posted a swastika. Anyway, Matt Walsh is still back to his old tricks. The funny thing is none of these people are making fun of the ring are actually wealthy. He's like on the other Republican commentators who are black, but just like the Republican ladies, if you are from a marginalized identity or group that is being actively hunted by the Republican Party as like the primary villain, you kind of deserve it. Okay? Sorry, you just kind of deserve it. It turns out you're not part of the team, little bro, and neither is Sarah Stock or Emily Save America either, for the record. There's only one team there, and you're only as valuable as you can continue to defend white supremacy. Yeah, they're not part of the team too. Sarah's only currently part of the team because she's like more white supremacist than the black dudes are in the PragerU contingency. Anyway, let's continue. Matt calling us broke for not liking a busted ring is so unserious. I'm not broke. I just have taste. Y'all keep trying to guilt women into accepting the bare minimum, and then he get mad when we're not impressed. Heal. This is the stupidest conversation that could have like unfolded in this like spectacular drama. Yeah, white male supremacy, patriarchal white supremacy. That's exactly what this is. If you defend it, it doesn't matter how stupid you are, they'll defend you to a certain degree. You are still ultimately going to be discarded. These guys didn't defend it unconditionally, seemingly. They went after one of the soldiers of white patriarchal white supremacy, and now they're getting called all the words under the sun. Okay, who the hell are you calling me broke? Now you suddenly get to assume that I'm oppressed? LOL. I'm far from a wannabe. I am exactly who and where I need to be. The only reason I clocked her $70 ring is because she spews literal white supremacy, but is far from superior. So what I don't understand here is that, like, are you saying that if she had a fatter ring, then you'd be fine with her being a white supremacist? I guess you would, because, you work for PragerU. That is your job. Like, this argument is so stupid. It's so dumb. Why is money the primary metric of supremacy here? Revolting sex smear against glamorous Fox star rocks Trump world as vicious war ignites over tiny Etsy engagement ring. Sorry, I assumed you were broke because of your low-class behavior and the fact that you have no audience or fan base. But I guess you could have money from your parents or from winning scratch-offs or something. I shouldn't have assumed you're right. Oh, dude. Matt is such a pussy because he wants to call him the N-word with a hard R. And I suspect he already has, right? Like, in private, but he can't type it out. But I thought woke was dead, Matt. Why don't you just say it? I know you want to. He probably typed it and then deleted it. Like, I wonder what he means when he says low-class behavior or you won this money winning scratch-offs. Wonder what he was implying there. Matt calling us broke for not liking a busted ring is so unserious. I'm not broke. I just have taste. Y'all keep blah, blah, blah. Matt, you've been in this industry for over a decade and still sound this bitter. I've been in it for like 5 minutes, built everything from scratch with no family money, no team, no network, just me. And I'm already under your skin from Los Angeles of all places. You seem pent up. Maybe go make love to your wife instead of fighting women online. God, these people are arguing like little babies. I'm starting to feel like men on the right just hate women, especially the attractive ones. So funny how when a woman is successful, it's immediately dismissed saying, I come from money. I don't. Maybe this is why we can't get women to vote Republican and lose elections. This is just pure liberalism at the end. Low-class behavior. Meanwhile, he's supporting a pedophile. I can't stress this enough. Every single person involved in this is a villain, And therefore, I am not siding with one side over the other. And secondly, you're absolutely correct. But I'll take it one step further. Matt Walsh himself has actively defended pedophilia. It's not only that he is supporting a pedophile, he might even be a pedophile. And he has certainly talked about how 16-year-old girls are the most virile, okay?
Girls between the ages of like 17 and 24 is when they're technically most fertile.
Yeah.
Okay? That's biological. That's a fact, all right? I'm just stating facts. That's all I'm doing. But what happened recently, and this is the fourth fact, recently in the last 30 years or so, we decided that that's way too young to start a family.
We're the most fertile. I guess he's honest in that regard. I don't know. Yeah, that's right. Matt, what is a minor Walsh? Exactly. Anyway, let's get back to the summary.
When your man can't even afford a ring, how do you guys expect to have a house, land, multiple kids? Be for real. I hope y'all enjoy working. Sorry, I'm MIA. And she puts on Instagram, conservative men need to stop being broke and gaslighting women. We don't deserve diamonds and rings. So you want me to give up my job, my career, my financial independence, push multiple babies out of my body, cook, clean, be loyal, and loving, feminine wife forever, and y'all can't even afford a nice ring for us? GTFO. Admit y'all literally don't like women.
Emily's mad because the ring obtaining white supremacist doesn't have the cred necessary from her POV to claim that title and should only qualify as a white inferiorist. Only if you have a fat enough ring can you claim to be a Nazi, which is ironic because like a big chunk of white supremacy is literally about that exact inferiority, that I might be broke, I might be poor, I might be living in a trailer park, but at least I'm not black. That is the underlying reason for white supremacist sentiment. That is what motivates a lot of people to refuse to tackle this issue from a class perspective and instead hyper focus on like some kind of mythological superiority that they have only because of this intrinsic quality. Okay, that's what white supremacy is. It's so that working white poor people feel a sense of false superiority only by putting others down on the basis of their racial identity, on the basis of their race, so they can feel good. All matter of different kinds of like tribalist or even like nationalist ideology, all matter of like reactionary sentiment comes from this self-perceived inferiority that they try to mask with some semblance of racial superiority. White on white crime. Emily went so far right, she turned left. Emily Wilson may have bad opinions, but she is entertaining. I'm kind of confused whose side Emily is on. Yeah, one of the things that is really funny that continued on was, of course, is it real? Is it actually real that Just Pearly, whatever the is actually dating a black dude who she then actually defended by saying he's not black, he's Dominican? Or is that just a joke? Did she actually say he's not black, he's Dominican? Oh my God. Well, first of all, I can't stress this enough. This is a self-inflicted wound. And by that, I don't mean like, oh, it's a self-inflicted wound that you're dating a black person. I mean, the idea that that somehow is a bad thing. The notion of dating a black person being somehow like a bad thing, that is the self-inflicted wound, which is really interesting because it seems like you want to date black dudes. So why are you still a white supremacist? This makes no sense. Because someone goes, was she talking about your current boyfriend or your old one? Which leads me to, oh my God, Milo's a Choco Latino. Oh my God. Everyone is having so much fun with this. Lots of racist white women date black men. Okay, but like, you're not supposed to keep being racist in the process. Racist Karens date black men so they can keep being racist, and the black men who date them entertain their bullshit in ways black women do not. That makes sense. As a black man who has dated racist white women, they get more racist when in the relationship somehow. Chatter, I would not be revealing that right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not a good time to be like, no, I did that shit. I mean, thank you for your contribution. But that's crazy to admit. That was the most desperate for pussy voice I've ever seen in the chat. Like, he typed it out and I can still hear it. That's crazy. That's crazy. He's like, listen, I dated a racist white woman, okay? Anyway, my sister is a racist that dated black men, though she recently switched to white men because I think she reached a tipping point on being too racist. What is going on? Some of y'all have criminals in your immediate vicinity. What the I think you're too Turkish for this one. A lot of the South is like this. I work with a white girl who only dates black guys, and she's racist as hell. What the Yo, America is busted, bro. We will never fix this country. I'm convinced now. It's done. It's over. Like, I don't even understand. I don't understand what the this is. What do you do with that? Get the out. This guy literally is like, no, dude. If you tell me I can't have sex with racist girls, racist white girls, then get the out. If you don't like it, leave, brother. My brother is the most racist dude I've met, and he's dating a black girl. It's an epidemic. What? Are Americans all really into like race play? Is that what it is? Is that what's going on? This makes no damn sense. It's very freaky. It's very strange stuff.